restored. Air quality acceptable.
Listen up.
Serious trauma detected.
Hey, what is up everyone? The LDB is back at it again, coming at you today with my Dodge City exotic holster pistol build. Now if you aren't sure how to get the exotic holster, I will have a link in the description below on how to acquire it. So I've been wanting to do one of these pistol builds for quite some time now, as they definitely pack a big punch for the size and capacity of the weapon. Per bullet it's right up there with the LMGs and actually higher in some cases. For those reds and the purple NPCs, we're usually getting an easy 80,000 headshot, and with the elites we're getting 130k plus headshots. So it's been working out great for me, and it has been a lot of fun to play with, as I hope it is for you as well. So as always, if you enjoy or find these videos helpful, definitely smash that like button, subscribe for future content. If you are new to the channel, make sure you got that notification bell on, and go ahead and drop a comment down there letting everybody know what you're thinking about this, or if you have any questions. So let's get into it. Alright everyone, so off top, really quick here, I'm just going to get this out of the way now. A little while back when I did a rifle build, people were calling me out for saying I was using a Cronus, blah blah, whatever. I actually have a rubber band holding my controller together right now, but that's besides the point. Now, since pistols are also semi-automatic like the rifles, I'm just going to show you how I do things today, and hopefully it will help some of you out with your own rate of fire, as well as put those haters to rest. So here we go. First off, we're going to see up here we have the music sound effects and dialogue volume all down to 0, so all you're going to be able to hear is my controller. And if you really, really want me to, I'll post a picture on YouTube. I'll make a post and I'll show you what my controller looks like if you really don't believe me. But either way, we're going to get in here, and basically the premise behind this is PS4 controllers, as well as I think Xbox controllers, are pressure sensitive. The triggers are pressure sensitive. So what you're going to do is basically push it in about 10% and the gun's going to fire. So what we're going to do here is just kind of go for it, and I'm just going to let you hear my controller and just kind of let you judge for yourself. So, you know, no Cronus, just 10%. No big deal, right? No big deal, right? And if people were wondering about how I get the headshots, I mean, it's not really that hard to hold the pistol on there. And then when you get that going, I mean, you just kind of drop them. There's no script here. It's, you know, what the hell? Hopefully that shows you and puts that to rest. Now we can get on to the build. Alright everyone, so here we go. I'm going to be going with the Gunner Specialist again. I really like the Specialist. It's been working out awesome for me. I love the tree. It fits me a lot better than the rest of them. But regardless, we're going to be going with this 15% increased sidearm damage. That's kind of a given, I would think. And we also have this weapon right here that we unlocked, the P320X Compact. Little mini pistol, 9mm service pistol. We have it upgraded to level 5, so we're going to be doing some really nice damage with that. We have the LMG maxed out. We got that big large pouch going there just in case I need to. I really haven't had to, but if you need to, you got that LMG for backup. The LMG is for backup. It's kind of funny to say that. Now some of these talents we're really not going to be using. For instance, supply line, generate 10% ammo capacity. We have unlimited ammo with the pistol, so a handful of these aren't really going to be affecting us, but I would really recommend emplacement, 20% weapon handling while not moving. That is really a nice thing. On top of everything that you get from the exotic holster, it's just pushing it that much farther. Gotta love that. Now again, we are going with the Banshee. I love the Banshee now. I'm kind of stuck on it. I mean, I kind of feel weird when I can't just run up and you know, sideswipe somebody with this and then just face tank them. It's kind of weird. Or for those heavies, you know, the tanks, it's great for knocking them down and just being able to plow right through them. Gotta love that there. Now we also have the foam grenades. I mean, I've said it before, I love these things right here. We have, again, I'm not even going to say it, guys. Grants 10% armor on a kill. We got the every third reload is 50% faster, and our reload speed is already 1.1 second, I believe. We'll take a look at the character sheet in a minute here, but basically that is the tree that I'm going with. And other than that, let's move on to the weapons and the gear set. Alright everyone, here we go. My primary weapon is actually going to be my sidearm. That's kind of weird to say. I don't know, it sounds weird. But either way, this thing hits like a truck. I'm loving it. It's the P320X Compact, the Gunner Specialist pistol. We're hitting for 40.2K per bullet. You gotta love that right there. We got some good RPM on it, 380. We got 26 in the mag. That's not too bad. But that per bullet damage is absolutely awesome. When you think about some LMGs that have 33, 35K per bullet damage, this is at 40 base damage. And my question to everybody out there is, why would an LMG that has, you know, 35K, not too far underneath this weapon, 35K per bullet, still has to dump 20-30 rounds into purple to drop them, whereas I dump maybe 10-12 shots into them with this and it goes down. I mean, they're done. How does that scale? How does that scale? If you guys know, let me know in the comments. I was thinking maybe it has something to do with the magazine or something. I don't know. Regardless, this thing is hitting like a truck and I'm loving it. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not using any other specific pistol, let's just take a look at the per bullet damage. It just goes down. 37.9 with this one, 35.3 with this one, and it just, like I said, it goes down from there. Now, if you want to go ahead and try out a D50, I mean, the per bullet damage is through the roof, but that RPM is terrible, and the mag is even worse, and the recoil is even worse than that. So, if you can hang on to it, hey, try it out. If this is your thing, definitely try it out, but I really wouldn't recommend it for the majority of people. The weapon that I would recommend is something like this, a 1911. It's hitting for 54.7K per bullet, so we get a nice boost in the firepower per bullet. The RPM takes a little bit of a hit, the mag does as well, and we only can get one mod slot on here, at least on this pistol here. I'm not sure if you can get another 1911 with more than one mod slot. If you can, definitely try it out. It will work out really nice. Just because of that base damage being so high, it's really nice. I tried it out and I was pleasantly surprised, but at the same time, you lack a little bit of the mag size and the RPM that we get with the little compact. And that is the same reason why I'm not going with a revolver. Even though you get the extra damage to revolvers on the holster, again, this only has 2 mod slots, so that's really not what I'm all about. I would much rather have all my nice mods on this little thing right here. Now, as far as the talents go, we have Optimist on here. It is not active, and that is for a very good reason. It requires 5 or less reds to be active, right? And if you're going to be going with the exotic holster, that is going to be damn near impossible, and I'll show you why here in just a little bit. So if you can, hey, that's awesome, but at the same time, I think it might even be counterproductive to go out of your way just to get this to be active instead of the way I have it built together. Let me know what you're thinking about that. Now, we also have Protected Reload. While equipped, this weapon grants 10% bonus armor while reloading. Now, that sounds good, but at the same time, my reload speed is only 1.1 seconds, so I only get that bonus for just a second, literally, and then it's back, back to regular. We got Grease down here while holstered. Well, it's not going to be holstered, and it is what it is. So the mods that we have are going to be giving us some damage to elites. We got some extra rounds on there, and we got some crit chance and some more crit chance. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy there. So that is the primary weapon. The only other weapon you need to know about is the Merciless. I'm going to be using this for the holstered talent. Brutality, while holstered, landing a shot has a 5% chance to deal 20% damage as explosive damage. So, hey, just another little bit of damage that you're going to be putting out. You know, it's only a 5% chance, but it is what it is. The Chatterbox with the rate of fire, really not going to be worth it. The Nemesis is not going to work since I cannot put a zoomable scope on my pistol. So it is what it is. I chose the Merciless, and it's been working out really nice with that explosive damage. So other than that, let's get onto the build itself. Alright everyone, so here we go. First, let's take a look over here. We have 10 reds, 7 blue, and 2 yellow. So we're definitely going more towards the DPS side, but we still have 253,000 armor, which isn't too bad. Our health could be a little bit better at 51,000, and our skill power is a whopping 231. Oh boy. And as far as skills go, again, all I'm going to be using is the Banshee Pulse, like I showed in the gameplay, as well as the Chem Launcher. When you pair the Chem Launcher with Patience on your Kneepads, that is a really nice way to just keep yourself alive regardless of what you're using. And then on the gunner tree, we also get the armor on a kill. That's just going to help us push it that much farther. So taking a look at the build before we get into specifics, we do have the 2-piece Richter and Kaiser RNK going on here. We have the 2-piece Gila Guard. We have 1 Araldi, and we also have the exotic holster. So let's dive in here and take a look at this holster first, and then we'll look at the rest of the gear pieces. Alright, so we have the Dodge City Gunslinger's holster here. We have some pretty nice armor on here, 31.5k, not too bad. We get a lot of nice talents on here. 20% accuracy, 20% stability, 40% reload speed, 400% optimal range on a pistol. So you're basically turning your pistol into a marksman rifle, more or less. And you also get 20% revolver damage if you choose to use one of those. Now, this requires a pistol to be drawn. Otherwise, you are not going to be getting any of those buffs. So those are strictly for the pistol. Now, we also have quick draw down here. Now, I've heard of people using this on their build, just throwing it on an LMG build, something like that. Swapping to your pistol reloads all weapons. So if you can just swap to your sidearm really quick, swap back to your LMG, it's reloaded instead of waiting, 6.8 seconds or whatever the hell it is. You know what I mean? That is really handy right there. Keep that in the back of your head. Now, as far as the other talent that we get here, Perforator. Shots fired from your pistol penetrate enemies. Pistol headshot kills grant 20% weapon damage and allow your primary and secondary weapon to penetrate enemies for 8 seconds. This duration is increased to 11 seconds when using a revolver. So, pretty straightforward on that. You get a headshot kill, you get 20% weapon damage, and it allows your primary and secondary weapon to also share that, but it will go through enemies. So you hit somebody, it'll hit the person behind them. Really nice when they're all clumped up together. Now, as far as the mods go on here, I have 2 offensive mods and 1 utility mod. We get some weapon damage, pistol crit hit damage. That rifle damage there is not really a big deal. We have 2% more weapon damage, 1% pistol crit hit damage, and 0.5% pistol crit hit chance. But hey, I guess every little 0.5% counts, right? And we also have a skill mod down here giving us some skill power, burn damage, and an increased shock duration. So pretty straightforward on the holster. Let's move on to the rest of the gear set. But I wanted to kind of mention, like I said, why it would be really hard to get Optimist on my pistol activated. Because if you look at the holster, you have 2 reds on there. If I just put this backpack on, I'm maxed out. Everything else has to be blues. Everything. And as far as the R and K goes, which is actually pretty crucial for this build in my opinion, they always roll with reds for me. I keep getting them with reds. I have not gotten a single piece with a blue on it. I don't know if it's just me. Let me know what you're thinking about that, or if you've got a piece with the blue, I'd like to know. You know, so I'm not wasting my time running around looking for it. But either way, that is why it is pretty hard to get that Optimist rolling. So either way, let's take a look at the individual gear pieces and move on from there. Alright everyone, so the mask that I'm going to be going with is an R&K, the Richter and Kaiser mask. We have the 2-piece going, giving us that 10% hazard protection as well as 20% pistol damage. That extra pistol damage, gotta say, definitely comes in handy. Now we also have 40% damage to elites, and we have 2% crit chance. Now I could have rolled that crit chance up a little bit more, but I decided to go ahead and put hard hitting on there, giving us an even 50% damage to elites on the mask alone. Gotta love that. So let's move on to the chest piece. Alright, so the chest piece that I'm going with is Gila Guard. I have the 2-piece going here, giving us that plus 5% total armor and plus 20% hazard protection, on top of the 10% hazard protection we get from the R&K set. So our hazard protection is pretty strong on this build. Gotta love that. Now, the armor on here is pretty good. We have a really nice weapon damage roll, 12.5%, and we have a health roll on there as well. Not too bad. Now, I really wanted to put hard hitting on here, but I decided to go ahead and put the weapon damage on there instead. And, you know, to be honest, I'm really not even that mad about getting that extra health on a kill. You know, it is what it is. It's been working out. Now, as far as the mods go, I have a utility mod that gives us some skill power, explosive damage, which is actually going to help a little tiny bit, 1%, since we are using the Merciless. And we also get that 5% increased kill XP, and that's what I was going for. Now, I also have 2 defensive mods on here. We get some armor on a kill, and total armor, as well as some armor on a kill, and skill health. So, pretty straightforward on that. Now, we already went over the holster. Let's take a look at the knee pads. They are also Gila Guard. We have that 9% total armor on there, as well as patience. After being in cover for 5 seconds, armor repairs 5% every 1 second. Not too bad. I mean, that's like a staple for me. I gotta have that on the build. Now, really quick, before I move off of the knee pads, on my previous video I mentioned that I would rather have just a flat roll of total armor. Now, it's kind of up in the air for me, because if you take a look at, for instance, these Gila knee pads here, they have 8,000 armor on it. It's not a whole lot, but it's some armor. And my armor on the left here, it actually goes down to 229,000, compared to having just that 9% roll on there of total armor. You know, it is what it is. So depending on where your armor's at, and, you know, the percentage of total armor you're going to be getting, how high your armor base is, something to think about right there. So other than that, the mods that I have on here are some armor regeneration a second, and armor on a kill. We also have some more armor regeneration a second, and 2.5% total armor. So let's go on to the gloves. Alright, so the gloves that I'm going to be going with are Araldi, giving us that 10% accuracy on top of the accuracy and stability, all that blah blah that we get from the holster. So just push it as much as you can. We have 11% pistol damage right there, gotta love that. And we also have Devastating on there, 5% weapon damage. So pretty straightforward on that, nothing too crazy. And now we have the backpack. It is also an R&K backpack. We have some weapon damage on there. We have a little bit of crit chance and a little bit of crit damage. Now, I have Safeguard on here. It is not active because, well, obviously it requires 4 or less reds. And again, that's another tough one to get if you're going to be using the exotic holster. You know, you have 2 reds off rip if you put your holster on and put mods on it. So you can only get 2 more reds on the entire build if you're going full tank mode. But again, is that really worth it, having it on the build? You know, going out of your way to get this. And my point being is, there's really no other good backpack skills that I could have rolled onto it. I could have put on the ropes or something like that, or efficient or something like that, but you know, it's not really a make or break thing. So I just left it as is, and maybe it'll come in handy later on. We also have that hard hitting on there, and we also have a offensive mod on here, giving us 1% weapon damage, 1% LMG crit damage, and 1.5% pistol crit hit chance. So pretty good, straightforward on that. That is the build in itself. Let's go ahead and take a look at the character sheet before we sign off. Alright everyone, so before we go ahead and sign off, let's just do a quick little recap here. Again, we have 10 red, 7 blue, and 2 yellow. Our armor's 253,000, our health 51,000, and our skill power 231. Now, we have Safeguard that is not active, and I explained why. We have hard hitting a handful of times on here. We have Restorative, Devastating, Patience. We have Sleight of Hand, Quick Draw, Perforator. These are all great. These are all absolutely awesome. Now, as far as the weapon damage goes, we are at 40,000.2 per bullet. Gotta love that. We have 22 crit chance, 31 crit damage. Not too, concerned with that at all. And our headshot damage is 100%. Woo! So if you hit him in the face, it's easy 80,000 right there, over 80,000. You can see that by, that's easy math right there. Now the range, 78 meters. 78. So you can reach out and hit someone, smack them in the face from a distance. You gotta love that right there. Again, basically turns your pistol into a rifle or a marksman rifle. Now the reload speed bonus, 40%, making the reload time 1.1 seconds. So it's like click, clack, boom, you're going again. 30% accuracy, 20% stability, 31.5% all weapon damage bonus, and 46% pistol damage bonus, giving us 77.5% weapon damage up. Gotta love that. That is a really nice thing right there. I wish I could do this with all my builds and it would just come together like that. We have that little bit of LMG damage, but that's no big deal. That's just coming from the gunner tree. But overall, the all weapon damage bonus and the pistol damage bonus is amazing. On top of having 70% damage to elites. I mainly try to go for about 70-80% damage to elites. If you can push it higher, that's even better, but then at the same time you don't want to be sacrificing a whole lot of your actual weapon damage to compensate for the damage to elites. It is what it is. Do your own thing, try things out, and see what happens. Now, as far as defense go, we have the armor at 253,000. We get that 10% armor on a kill. We have some armor regeneration right there. Our max health 51,000, nothing special at all there. We're basically relying on our armor and staying in cover. Pop shotting, hitting them in the face and taking them down real quick. The health regen 25,000. So again, you drop that chem bomb once, and we're getting half our armor bar back. Just got to sit there and wait for a second. Nothing too crazy. And as far as the hazard protection, 30%. So it's 30% across the board for the blind, bleed, burn, all that good stuff. 30%. Now the skill power, I don't even know if we should show that, but it is what it is. There is the build, guys. I hope you enjoyed, took something away from it. Try this out. It definitely is a lot of fun. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my exotic holster pistol build. It's been working out great for me, and I've been having so much fun with it. It is amazing. I definitely recommend you try it out and, go have some fun with it as well. Just something different, not your typical LMG or AR build, just something off the top, and just make sure your trigger finger is strong. That's all I can say. So, as always, if you enjoy or find these videos helpful, definitely smash that like button, subscribe for future content. If you're new to the channel, make sure you got them notification bells on, and go ahead and drop a comment down there letting everybody know what you're thinking about this, or if you have any questions. So until next time, guys, I hope you take it easy. I will see you then. Later.